Hello everyone! In this video I will showcase a set in Ultra Premier Cup with Sirfetchd as a lead and then Slowking and Slowbro in the back. And this is a regular 2 of the same type in the back structure, and my first opponent is K10KZM and he leads with Ampharos. So this is a very bad lead because obviously I cannot switch into one of the Slowbrothers since they are water type. So I will have to play it out and hope that they switch. And as soon as I see the Venusaur typing here in the top right, when they switch, I throw the Brave Bird, and hopefully they would have thought that they caught the move, like Close Combat or Night Slash or Leaf Blade, but they knew I had Brave Bird, because everyone runs Brave Bird nowadays. And then he goes for the CMP against Slowbro to preserve his last shield. So now I am in a losing position, but this wouldn't be an interesting video if I just lost by being hard countered all the time. So here I'm still playing because there's still room for my opponent to make mistakes, and he makes the mistake to blind switch into Toxicroak for no reason, and then he makes another mistake by not throwing the Mud Shot but instead going for the Sludge Bomb, which takes 8 seconds to reach, and it goes down in 4 confusions. Which he should have known since he hit the yellow HP after 2 confusions. And then I can farm down this Venusaur and win with a few HP. So that was very interesting. Not that I found the win con, but my opponent found the lose con. My next opponent in game number 2 of the set is Guinea, and he leads with Empoleon, which is amazing for Sirfetchd, but obviously they're gonna switch out and they switch into a Dragonite. So at this point I know that I'm not going to be able to keep switch advantage. So I will instead go for both shield advantage and energy advantage. And I will just not shield anything and let this Slowbro go down. So here I will throw a Psychic, force one of his shields, because obviously he doesn't want his Empoleon up against the Sirfetchd. And then here I will switch in Sirfetchd after waiting down my switch timer. And Sirfetchd does beat Dragonite in CMP, but they didn't even throw their move. And then whatever their third Pokemon is will come back, and it is a Kingdra. So now I will force his last shield, or he straight up loses the game. And then I switch into Slowking. And I definitely need to shield this in case of an outrage, and it is an outrage. And then the Empoleon comes back. And here it's very important that I overcharge by 1 confusion after reaching the Fire Blast, because then I will only be 8 seconds to my next charge move, to my Psychic, while the Kingdra, assuming it has no energy after the outrage, it has 8.5 seconds to the Octazooka. So that's why I overcharged with 1. And next, in the third game of the set, I go up against Dante, and he leads with a Shadow Machamp, and this is a fairly neutral lead, but I will win the CMP ties, since I have a higher attack stat, and Shadow does not affect CMP. So I will obviously shield this, since he didn't shield, and I want to keep my Sirfetchd healthy, and then switch out into Slowbro as soon as possible when the opponent switches in, because that is gonna be the best counter to Sirfetchd that they have. So then it's revealed that my opponent has an Empoleon in the back, which is pretty bad because it will be able to farm down all the way with waterfalls and have a ton of energy, so that it's actually able to deal with Sirfetchd, kinda. So I will wait down my switch timer, and I'm not able to reach the Leaf Blade in time, but at least I will be able to fire off my Leaf Blade before they have another charge move. So now I am in a tough spot, and I will go straight for the Leaf Blade, and as you saw there, another Incinerate got through. So here I will redirect the damage from this Incinerate and put it on Slowking, because the Talonflame is forced to throw a Brave Bird to take down my Slowking, and then the Talonflame will be debuffed, and I will get at least 2 counters worth of damage before their next Incinerate, which actually won me the game because I switched out and redirected the damage to Slowking. Next, in game number 4 of the set, I go up against Zed Franquitos, and he leads with a Gallade, which is certainly not appreciated by my Sirfetchd, so I will make 1 counter and switch out, since counter takes 2 turns and confusion takes 4 turns, so I will be able to switch before the confusion damage registers. And then I will try to deal with this Gallade with the Slowbrothers, even though they are not that good of a counter to Gallade, since these Leaf Blades deals a ton of damage, and this Gallade has now close to 100 energy. So they are very likely to throw a close combat, and then they redirect the damage from my confusion to this Gengar, which, well, it's good for me that the Gengar goes down quickly and is not able to reach 2 charge moves, but the Gallade still has a ton of energy, so now it will be able to throw a Leaf Blade also. And I will shield this, because I don't know what he has in the back, and then it turns out it's a Shadow Machamp. So at this point, the only way the opponent wins is if they can get to somehow both a Cross Chop and a Rock Slide, because my Slowking still has enough HP to survive a Cross Chop. And they didn't, and I win. Next up is Hirorokiki in game number 5 of the set, and they lead with Swampert, so that's a great lead for me. The way I play it is I go straight for the Leaf Blade, because they are usually throwing after 5 too. So I will force a shield and then shield on my own, and since they don't want to hit the second CMP tie and lose their last shield, I am fairly certain that they will throw after 4, and then I can easily catch the Hydro Cannon on Slowbro. And it turns out they have a Venusaur in the back, and I will use my last shield here, because I did get the piggyback through, and I will be able to force their last shield. So I'm still in a pretty good spot, but Niantic said, no, you are not in a good spot, you are in a terrible spot, because here comes the third shield glitch. So they didn't use their last shield, but my attack still didn't do any damage. And this Venusaur now overcharged with 2 Vine Whips, so they are only 3 seconds away. So here, if I try to farm down with Confusions, it will take 4 seconds, and my opponent reaches a Frenzy Plant in 3, so I will lose. And I cannot farm down with counters, so the only play is to deal 1 counter and 1 confusion worth of damage to KO this Venusaur at the exact same turn as they reach the Frenzy Plant. So I send in Slowking first and then deal 1 more counter with Sirfetchd, and the Venusaur is not able to reach a Frenzy Plant, and then they have a Kingdra that doesn't shield the Brave Bird, which means I win the game. And that was it, a 5-0 run with a slightly spicy team in Ultra Premier. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.